So, what we are going to be doing is introducing these two players for the last time. Should we take one each?
Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to start in the top right with the pink Terran. It is from Team Neurosoft, I-47 ESET, UK Masters 2012, finalist against Bling. It is KRASS.
Yep. Not quite able to win the tournament there. Is he going to have a chance now? We'll be finding out. In the bottom left, we've got someone that I don't think has attended that many I-Series events yet, because the prize pool used to be a little bit smaller than it is now, but now up to £10,000. All the big names are coming out for Team Liquid. It's the Blue Zerg player. It is RET. And he's also from the Netherlands, just as I am, so I'm a little bit giddy.
Yeah,
Giddy,
a little bit.
Giddy.
Have you gone and said hi to him yet?
No, I haven't. I'm a little bit starstruck. I mean, he walked.
I've even said hi to him. I was like, hey, Red, how are you? And he's like, hey, good, man, how are you?
He walked by,
and you were like,
hee hee. I was like, hee hee.
Yeah, exactly. I knew you would be. You're that kind of guy. You're that kind of guy. You just saw him and it was like, oh, Red's so pretty and he's from the Netherlands. You can go talk to him and be like, Netherlands stuff. Like, isn't it flat where we're from?
Isn't it rainy where we're from? Just like here. Yeah, it is. Yeah, isn't the weather bad where we're from? Just like it is here. Yeah, it is.
That'd be a very British conversation to have as well, just talking only about the weather. Like, that's 90% of how us British people communicate with each other. It's just like, oh, it's raining today.
I'll better just eat tea and biscuits all
day. Tea and biscuits all the way. Anyway, we should probably talk about this game. Reason we have been neglecting it slightly is because not much out of the ordinary is happening. Hatch, then Paul, out of Rep.
Yes.
For KRASS, I believe it was actually a command center first, so really, really economically focused. Will he be going for that 5 racks that we saw in Game 2?
No, we will not, because he's actually grabbed himself a gas in the main base right now, so he will be doing something different, which is good news. That was such a weird strategy. It seemed like he was just putting things together on the fly. He didn't really seem to have a well-thought-out plan at the start of the game. Might have been reactionary to something that he saw Liquid Red do, and I'm curious to the reaction of Liquid Red right now. He sees that it has been a command center first. The usual response is taking a third super early. Usually when you see command center first, a Zerg reacts by going 2 hatcheries before spawning pool.
But then, as you said, he's seen the gas. Yes. And then you're going to be thinking, what's that gas going to be used for? You know that the factory, which we're now seeing get constructed, is going to be out slightly sooner. You know that you've got to worry about that. You know that actually there's the possibility of both Widow Mines and Hellions. We've seen KRASS use both of them this series.
Yes.
And therefore, Red, he should get his own gas up slightly sooner, just to make sure that he's safe.
Yeah, and turns out you didn't have to choose. You don't have to choose for Widow Mines, you don't have to choose for Hellions, you can just get one of each with a reactor on that factory, as we've seen KRASS do in last game. Really funny how, as a caster, you can make a prediction and be like, okay, well, I think it's going to be Hellions, and I think it's going to be Widow Mines because of this reason, and Hellions because of this reason, and then he gets one of each.
Yep.
So he can't really be wrong.
I know that. I hope he does do that again, because that's always fun to see.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
It's always good when you make that pro. It was like earlier when I was casting with Todd, and Todd was like, do you reckon he's going to go for a Robo or a Stargate? And I was like, it's going to be a Stargate. And then literally 2 seconds later, boom, Stargate goes down.
Feels good, man. Feels
good.
Yeah, it definitely does. So the reactor has now finished up, and they are going to be switching the buildings up. The factory has landed, and we're going to see full-out Hellion production this time around. Not one of each, actually full Hellion production.
Yep, so this is fine. It's going to be coming in, trying to really deal some damage. It's a nice map to do it on because the third is a little bit exposed. You can get Hellions in quite nicely. It's more awkward than some maps to try and defend both. So we'll wait to see what's going to happen there. But currently, the Starport on its way down for KRASS. He's going to be going for potentially Hellion drops in. He could also go for some Marine drops into the back while Hellions poke into the front. It seems to be the more common thing that happens. And all in all, that Overlord getting pushed back, but sees the Starport. That is a good scout there out of Rep.
Yeah, he sees that the barracks has repositioned, so he will know that Hellions are on the way. He just doesn't really know why and where and what it's going to be supported with. Is it going to be a medevac? No, because the Starport has now swapped around with the barracks. We're going to see a Banshee get started as soon as he has enough supply for that. Going to start the Cloak first. He's going to go all the way, man.
He is going mass harassment. This was really, really popular a couple of months back in Wings of Liberty, where it was just every single game, it was like, Reactor, Hellion, into Banshee.
Blocked. Oh, what a
bad...
no,
that supply block really is bad.
That's going to hurt him so bad. Look at that. The supply depot was just now started. Actually uses a supply drop. And I think that's the right decision.
Yeah. The supply, when you're going for a harassment heavy build, which needs to hit a timing, you do not ever, ever, ever want it to be delayed.
No, that would That was the most horrible time to be supply blocked. When you go for an aggressive build like this, you don't want to be supply blocked. He is also getting a third command center, so his unit count is going to be extremely low, Maddles. He's not going to have anything to work with. He's going to have a few Hellions. He's going to have a few
there's a gap there. The
Banshees.
Hellions are going to try and get through, but no, the Lings get there just in time.
Ooh, that was close, Maddles.
Yep.
That was close. 3 Hellions now going to be skirting away. And Red knows exactly what's coming, but I don't think he'll be expecting the Banshees per se.
No, it's not something that he usually gets a follow-up, and if we look at Red's vision for a moment, all he saw was the starport. He's going to expect much more likely a drop. That's what I do. And he's positioned his overlords in response to that to make sure that he could see it should it come in.
He does have a single Spore Crawler out on the map right now, and it is positioned in the mineral line of his main base. So that base is going to be very safe from the first Banshees that are going to be popping out. Let's see where that first Banshee is out on the map if we can... Actually, it's sitting at home. Huh.
Just sitting at home, just chilling there, just like, you know what, just in case.
And he cancelled... No, he didn't. Second Banshee's coming out.
Yeah, so basically Cloak is now done. The Banshee does need to start doing something aggressive shortly, but currently Red just up on 3 bases quite nicely. He hasn't lost any workers yet this game. He's up to 70. Red just droning, just as he should do. And getting up his Infestation Pit as well. That's quite an interesting choice, actually.
It is. The Infestation Pit coming down this time around. Not going for the Mutas as we've seen him do in Game 1 and 2. He's going to be relying on Infestors to be the unit to support his Zerglings and Banelings. The well-upgraded Zerglings and Banelings that he's going for.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, rather than in Game 1 and 2 where we saw Muta, Ling Bling, it's going to be probably Infestors, judging by the fact Pathogen Glands has just been chucked down. But this is something that a lot of Zergs have been shying away from, just feeling that actually maybe it's not right. But we've got the Banshee moving in now towards the natural. Cloak is used. The Queens are going to die.
Oh, the Queens are in some trouble, but luckily an Overseer was already in position. 4 Queens are going to be dealing with these Banshees just fine. But of course, 2 Banshees do one-shot drones, and he's getting a lot of them. Nice micro there by KRASS, able to kill 6 workers, and we'll be able to get a few more here.
Yeah, the Spore Crawler is about half done, and really Red is going to lose some drones here, but it doesn't matter to him massively, because let's face it, he has got a huge number still. He's up to 81 after having lost 12. Red likes drones.
He was at 93 before.
He was at 93. It's like he's somehow managed to get the campaign upgrade to make 2 drones at a time into multiplayer. That's how many drones he's got.
That's a good upgrade, man. I love the post they made on Reddit with Liquid Rets. You know,
Liquid Rets, he's like the Leviathan upgrade. Meh. He sees like this massive like I win button. Like meh. Sees double drones.
Completely flipping out. Flipping tables. That's what he was doing when he saw that upgrade. I'm sure he took that in the campaign. I'm pretty sure everyone took that double drone upgrade.
It was the best one.
It was
wasn't it on the same level as the Overlord one?
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
I had the Overlord one too.
Noob.
I can supply block myself all the time. I need I need instant Overlords that provide more supply. That's what I need. Makes it a lot easier. Playing Zerg in a campaign so easy. You don't have to worry about Overlords. You don't have to worry about injects. You still have to worry about Creep Strat, which was the most difficult thing for me. But let's get back into this game as KRASS is attacking the rocks in the middle of the map with some Hellions.
Indeed, it's not going to be that efficient trying to knock out rocks with Hellions.
He did get a Creep Tumor with it. I think that was his target.
It's like rock, paper, scissors, except fire definitely does not beat rock. Like, it's just a fact, it doesn't, okay? Fire does not beat rock.
Yeah, we should definitely get fire mixed in with rock, paper, scissors. It's going to make for an interesting...
Rock, paper, scissors, fire! For when you just want an I win button.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty ridiculous. Let's take a look at the upgrades, as Liquid Red has been going for double Evo Chamber pretty early on. He is getting 2-2, he's getting Adrenal Glands because his Hive has finished up. He's getting a Spire, he's getting a Ultralisk Cavern, he's getting all the late game options available to himself. He doesn't really know what he wants to go for yet. Does he want to go for Great Aspire? Is it going to be a lot of Ultralisks? Looks like he's going to be going Ultra first.
Indeed, he is. So, basically now, KRASS is in an okay spot. He's got his 4th base coming up. He's dropping. Yeah, he's dropping as well. Really, really nicely. This drop, really, really effective. And the Lings are coming back, but he managed to kill us not that many workers because he's just pulled them back. But the Lings are now going to be able to clean this up. Spore Crawler did take out the medevac. And all in all, I still think KRASS is fine. It's 88 drones to 69 SCVs. And with the mules, with the 4 bases, that's actually KRASS looking fine. And KRASS actually has a supply lead as well, so a bigger army from that of Ret.
Oh, Ret might be caught in an awkward position again where he has a lot of tech on the way but hasn't got it out just yet. Gets a fungal on a few Hellions and a few Marines there, not really too valuable. And he's finally getting out his Ultralisk. He needs those Ultralisk out to support his army. That's really going to be the meat, the beef of his army. It would be dangerous if KRASS actually committed to that attack at that point.
It would have been incredibly dangerous, but KRASS, I think, doing the right thing, actually just scaring Red a bit, and we've got the Great Aspire getting morphed in as well. So he's just getting all the tier 3.
Yeah, he wants to have all options available to himself. Maybe wants to switch after going with one wave of Ultralisks and then switching into the Broodlords. Let's see, another drop is going to be happening in the main base. KRASS flying in here, slow-mo style, not using the boost, not really paying too much attention to this drop, just trying to extract this strike.
Yeah, well, it's not doing a huge ton of damage. RET can afford to lose some drones here. He doesn't have to worry massively about this. But this push coming up into the north position is a lot worse because basically it is able to kill quite a few drones. Now lost 23, 24. He's still at over 80. But RET, he can't keep losing stuff for no reason.
No.
And it's fine. I wouldn't mind if these drops are doing some damage if RET was actually doing something back. But he's being so passive.
He is doing something back. He's been killing off the dropships.
Yeah,
and they've been getting like, what, 4 or 5 drones each? So 4 or 5 drones for a full medevac of Marines. That's an okay trade, as another drop is trying to be happening in the third base of Liquid Red, but he's on it. This is not going to be doing any kind of damage, and he's continuing to cover the rest of the mapping creep. He's got so many queens out on the field, just running.
Indeed. Now, these drops are doing a nice job. The queen's also going to double up quite nicely. With 5 queens out, he can take them with his army, ready to transfuse the ultras, the broodlords when they start hitting as well. And broodlords are on the way. The greatest fire is now completed. It has been scouted though, so KRASS knows what's coming out, and he's just positioning himself in the middle. He's taking out the rocks, sieging up those tanks, but it looks like RET is just going to ignore that army in the center and just go around it.
Is he actually going to try for some kind of a pincer move here? He has portions of his army at the top, portions of his army at the bottom. And when is he going to be going in? All the siege tanks now out of siege mode. A few leapfrogging forward slowly. Now they're going to be going in siege mode. KRASS is ready for this. He has the siege mode.
The trouble is, RET, he didn't have his infestors close enough. That was the big issue. As he started running back, the infestors were still just desperately trying to get over there. No fungal growths mean it could have been micro back away from everything. So now the siege tank in a bit of a tough position. RET moving forward. KRASS is slightly ahead in supply, but the Baneling's getting some good connections at the moment.
Yeah, they are, but the siege tanks out in the back, all of them still alive. Not the best engagement there for the Liquid player. He has 6 Ultralisks, actually 6 Broodlords on the way and 5 Ultralisks, so he's going to have a very dangerous army. KRASS not yet ready for the Broodlord transition. He's making 1 Viking at a time out of the 1 starport that he has. He needs more starports.
He needs more starports, he needs more Vikings very, very urgently. There's already 6 Broodlords out, they're starting to move forward, and with that, with the scan, KRASS sees and decides, you know what, I'm getting out of here. It's not worth it.
No, KRASS is going to be falling back. He needs to try and buy time right now for his Vikings to come out. He's probably going to win, and if he hasn't seen the Broodlords yet, he will see them now as they're going to be sieging this position in the middle of the map. The siege tanks need to get out of there. The Stim Marines actually going forward and taking out 1 Broodlords. That was a good trade for him, but he hasn't got a lot left to support the rest of his army.
No, he hasn't. If we take a look at the army supply, it is actually fairly equal. With the Broodlords, it's offering so much more power. The Corruptor, the Viking fight is going to go in the Vikings' favor just. So that means 1 Viking is happily going to be start picking away. Second one joining in now. The Planetary Fortress in the center is currently still up, but there's so few units deploying this. The Ultras coming in. More reinforcements from the back with RET. He is maxed out. KRASS down to 135 supply, and I think RET should be able to do this.
He might be able. Is he going to be able to take out the Planetary Fortress? 100 HP remaining, and he does take it down. KRASS is on the ropes. Liquid Red is going to go 4-0 in his group. GG well.